Hello and welcome back to our channel, Quinta, Fonte, Pipa. We'd like to say thank you to all of our new subscribers to the channel and welcome.
And for those of you that you don't know, I'm Alex.
I'm Sandra.
And I'm Molly. And thank you to those who bought us coffees. And I'd also like to say a huge thank you to Eileen Steck, who is one of our goat supporters and supports Little Muffin. And I'd like to say thank you for your other donation via PayPal.
That will go towards the feed
Yep.
and the upkeep of the goats in general, so thank you very much.
This week we face something that we've been putting off for a good few years. So stay tuned for that. I end up in hospital yet again.
Well, I'm sat outside the hospital for Sandra. Poor girl took her tablets this morning. She took a folic acid and a stomach liner, and within 20 minutes she was throwing her guts up. Put in a wheelchair and she was taken straight in.
I'd like to say thank you to everybody that sent me get well wishes last week. But unfortunately, I'm not actually going to get any better. I'm going to progressively get worse. It all stemmed from a tick bite in 2018 where I contracted Lyme's disease. It's had a bit of a knock-on effect. It's left me with rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis. I've got a crumbling spine, and unfortunately now I seem to have kidney disease. But you know, I have good days, but unfortunately I have more bad days than I have good. Some days I can't even get out of bed. I can't get outside and help and film. So I really do appreciate all your get well wishes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really quite sweet actually that you all feel that way about Sandra.
Yeah, but this is the first day I've actually managed to be out of bed. So that's positive. On a more positive note, it's his birthday this week.
Yeah, how's that positive? I'm getting closer to 55. That's not good.
Well, fingers crossed. I'll have a good week and we can do something.
You're going to make me a cake.
Well,
Do you think it'll be alright?
I'll try.
Because she makes wicked cakes. So. And now I'd like to mention what this blue box is in front of us. We've mentioned in several of the other videos that we were supplied a security camera system by a company called Annke, which is this box here. The whole system comes in this relatively small box. Inside it is the main control system, which basically has got a hard drive in it, and this records all the cameras, 8 cameras in total. You wouldn't think that it would be very powerful with these little antennas like you'd have on your router, but as you can see behind us, the walls in this building are over 1/2 meter thick. Some of them are solid granite, which does a brilliant job at ruining Wi-Fi signals. Well, this is talking to cameras all the way down at our front gates. I've got cameras in the back garden. I think the hookup to it is brilliant, and these are the tiny little cameras. Small little antennas on them. They're extremely easy to fit with 3 screws in there. I think you've seen in the other videos that I've been fitting these on the wall at the top of the building. Takes a couple of minutes, 3 raw plugs, that's all fitted with the kit. I think they're very good. They're inconspicuous, they're not ugly. The infrared night vision is, considering it's only got 2 little infrared lights in there, it lights up, I can't remember, I think it's 400 feet you can see. It's a long way. That's been really good, isn't it? This box here that picks up the signal from the cameras, it picks up the signal from many other brands of cameras, so it doesn't matter if you've got existing security cameras, this will record it all for you. And I'm just going to show you some clips on the computer. And as you can see right now, this is 6 cameras all being displayed at once. And you can just double click one and it goes straight to that screen of that camera, and with the mouse button I can scroll between the different cameras. If I left click it, down at the bottom there you'll see a little bar coming up. It's got audio. Now the main part what I wanted to show you is up here, playback. You can play back instant bits, or you can tag certain things on here. So here's all the cameras listed on the right. I can select all of them, and if I go back, I don't know, let's go back to the 1st of November. You can save the videos previously with a tag title, which you can then search in here and it will only find that video. But if you leave it blank, it will find all the footage that you've previously tagged with a name, regardless of the name. And you've got to give it a second to find it because it's going back 4 months, and there we go. There's all the bits listed. There's an owl noise we had, fox in the driveway, and as you can see on the right here, we've got various tags that we've saved before. Pigs close up, dog, and this is a little dog that came wandering in our back garden. There he is. The camera sensed the image of the dog moving through the screen, and it marked the video when it saw activity for me. So you can put all this information onto a hard drive, an external hard drive or a pen drive. So if something bad was to happen, like somebody break into your car, you could put that particular part of video on a pen drive and take it to the police station with you. I think it's a very good camera system. As part of the security system, it comes with an app on your phone, which I can press there, and there's all our cameras at home. Double click it, turn your phone sideways, and I'm watching live footage. As you can see the date up the top, hopefully, if it's in focus. You can keep an eye on the animals and obviously the security of your home when you're out and about. This is the 360 camera. There you go, you see me operating it, and I'm in CB, and I think it's great that I can watch it on my mobile phone. It's very, very high quality. You can zoom in on everything. So I'd like to say thanks very much, Annke. I think it's great. It might look sunny. It is just gone 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got 3 fleeces on. Keep putting my hand in my pocket because it's freezing. But the job for the next few days is to move these bits here. We're going to slowly put some of this in the back of the truck. I'm going to start with the bigger items. There's an engine in there, there's an old log burner, a cooker, and some of the bigger piles of rubbish in there we're going to put in the truck and take away, and then hopefully with the second clean up we can start collecting up all the smaller bits, because there's a lot of it in there. I'm going to start trying to make a dent in this lot, and then we'll bring you back at the end of the day and hopefully you'll see some difference. I want to try and get out those bramble roots. There's no point transferring those down there. There we go. So, coming back down to the milking parlour, and we're selling the milk commercially, which means a chap will turn up in a big lorry with a huge tanker on the back. He will then connect his pipe from his truck to the bottom of our 500 litre milk container, and they suck it out with a pump into his container. He's going to need to park his truck in there, and that will mean that he'll drive down here and then he'll reverse in here, and then he'll be able to drive away, because this terrace isn't particularly wide. There isn't just like a turning circle, so the chap's going to have to back up and then drive off that way. There's a big dip here, and being as it's just soil, if there's any damp days or anything like that, so I want to put some of the heavier rubbish that was up there, of the builder's rubbish, and start filling it in here like a base. So there's basically a couple of meters wide, but a strip here that the chap can get on with his truck without dropping a wheel into a rut. Because if it's a nightmare for the guy to come and pick our milk up, he might be not so keen to do it, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to make sure everything's going to be easy for the guy, easy for us, just make life easier.
So me and Mum just got back, and as you can see, Dad's moved brick rubble, which you guys already know about, which we didn't. So me and Mum, mainly me, are going to be removing this pile of scrap here, and loading it into the back of the truck.
And that's why I've broken it apart. Is that's the sort of bramble roots that are in there, and if I dump those down there, they're so mature, they'll just, look at this lot.
So I'm assuming this is our burn pile.
It's just to get the roots out mainly. You can see when you do it like that with a bucket, low down, it tends to rip the roots out and not just tear the growth off the top. There's going to be some in there, but I want to make some sort of effort to get rid of them, otherwise they'll just grow down there, won't they?
But the advantage of this is the goats will probably now get in here and eat what's been ripped and pulled.
Well, they've already done a good job, haven't they? They just can't get in further to...
And you can see here that they've completely stripped some of the leaves. Okay, so let's go on with this pile of metal. So I hope you can all see this well enough. This is the application that you use to register a fire, so I'm going to be registering that now. Necessary equipment that you've got in case there's a fire. Yep. Postcode. Register fire. With, I'm just going to put my password in. Turn GPS on my phone. On. Fire is for today. Here is where we are. Okay, so now I successfully registered the fire. It's telling me here that it's registered, and this is the ID number of the burn, so that they know this number here is referenced to our location and our fire. So I also get a PDF file, but everything is now registered and all on my phone, so they can start to burn this.
And that is how quickly stuff starts in Portugal.
Quinta, but it's bright out. We are taking the scrap metal to, what's it called?
The Scrapyard. Centre de Bait.
So that's where we're going, and we are nearly there, so I'll show you when we get there.
I don't think they're open yet. I think we might be a bit early. Oh no, the gate looks open. But they do have a car park, so... They sell tractors, rotovators, cars. Oh, here we go. Looks like we're not the only ones. Oh no, he's chucking out a nice old oil barrel. Oh no, it's smashed to bits. No,
Rummaging through other people's
I'm
rubbish.
not going to go through his rubbish. Well, I was a bit worried our scrap might be a bit too much like scrap, junk, but by looking at the truck in front of us, we might be alright, yeah.
Oh,
They've got
better than that.
An old cart over there, look, some old ploughs. By the looks of that over there, it looks like we have to unload this lot manually. And as we've put it on with the digger bucket and with the digger bucket, yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No, I'm not looking forward to it either.
But at least I brought my gloves. We are back at the house and they unloaded all of the scrap metal. We got enough money to fill up a can of fuel, which will go in the tractor. And as you can see, Dad is loading some more rocks into the bucket to put in the milking parlour. This we will deal with tomorrow, and I'm going to go collect the pitchforks and give the goats some hay. In 2020, I bought Dad a Zippo lighter for Christmas. When did you lose it?
I don't know, a year and a half ago, something like that. I haven't had it long.
Mum found this. She found it on the floor. So, oh, I'm so grateful she managed to find it. So we're going to use it to light this fire.
silly. Do you know it's lunchtime? Do you know it's lunchtime? Eddie! What's that, mate? What's that? You want some of my sandwiches? My best friends are turning up. And you can see I've got a flask of coffee and some sandwiches. And I think they want their bit. Don't you? Eddie, sit. Eddie, sit. Lucy, can you stop digging? Oh, now you started the big fella off. There's nothing under there, dogs. There's nothing under there. There's nothing under there, Eddie. Nothing that matters anyway. There might be a little mouse or something, but I think he's free to stay alive, isn't he? Come on, dogs. Lulu, what are you doing, Lucy? What are you doing?
Now that Alex's fire is burnt down quite a lot now, Molly's got her own fire going. Obviously it's not safe to have more than one fire at a time, but because that one's now so small, Molly started her one now.
But I'm not going to put all of the big stuff on until I can have Dad's full attention.
No. Okay, not sure you're going to see them, but there's a couple of kites up there.
Anyway. Oh. Right. Let's see if I can move the old polytunnel. I'm going to try and lift the front up with this and then drag it along. It was made in little sections. There's a joint there and it's like a kiddie's toy house, so it might just that should support that. Yeah, exactly what I thought of that. Try one strap on one side, one on the other.
What were they from?
Huh?
What were they from?
These held up the grapevines all off the side of the house, didn't they?
Okay, I remember, yeah.
They're solid still. Some are rotten, but these were thick. And they're still usable, and I might be able to use them in the milking parlour to make the bar frame at the back where the goats stand like this with you have a bar along the back so they can't fall off. That's rubbish, that next bit. That's rubbish. I was hoping to have moved these things once and once more only, and they end up where they're going to go, but I don't think they are. And at the end of the day, the priority is the milking parlour, but if I'm moving this, I want to move it to one place and not have to come back and move it again. Right.
it. Rubbish and wire, and I'm going to get the truck and bring the truck round.
Da-na-na-na-na.
New disc.
Keeps trying,
She doesn't associate you with
Hello. Come on, stuff. Hello. You come.
Oh yeah.
She's more interested in the cat and the camera.
You're unsure of it.
What's that, Fred? You not sure about that? What's that, Diane? Is that a cat? And this is Diane. This is the only goat we've got of the breed that we don't want.
but the reason we've kept her is she's actually a daughter of the two that went, that we got rid of. And the reason we've actually kept her is, one, she's very friendly, aren't you? Hello. There you go. Hello. You can stick your nose all over the lens. She will feed, give her milk to any baby. She's not fussed who feeds from her. So if any of this reputable lot should not take interest in a baby in the future, we've got a good surrogate milking mum. The white ones are Sarnans. The brown and white one there having a good chomp is Flo, and she's a Florida. And these black ones are Mercianas, and this little white one is Merciana and a Sarnan cross. And what we're trying to do is to mix the Sarnan and the Florida with the Mercianas. I just like to be where we are when we're working. We're going to try, not in this load, the truck's already full. The guys from that scrapyard will come and take old vehicles away, but it's looking quite camouflaged. There's the cabin. Most of this here is molten aluminium, this big white mound here.
Well, that's a good demonstration.
And it burnt, we lost absolutely everything. That's a big hand carved Moroccan statuette head. In fact, it's at the top of him. It is, I might well save that, because that was given to me by a Berber tribe in the top of the Atlas Mountains in Morocco, when I cycled around Morocco. Put this out the way. Mum's laying down because she's in absolute agony, being cared for by Tilly. Hey Tilly, you looking after Mum? I lost thousands of pounds worth of equipment, testing equipment, and Molly just lifted something up and said, "What on earth's that, Dad?" Yeah, this little thing here is a Sykes picker fan, so making brake pipes for cars, and that bit there, that kit was about 800 quid, that one kit. In fact, look, this is aluminium. That was a radiator testing kit. You can put it on the radiator and test whether you've got water leaks. I've seen over here, as part of a fuel pressure injection system pressure testing kit. More of the adapters and things. It's quite I almost wish it had just melted it to the ground so we didn't have to see it again, because it's yeah, Molly's starting to cry, bless her. Yeah, it's all tatty teddy stuff. Yeah. I know, Mol.
This is everything.
Yeah. And when we say we lost everything, we're not exaggerating. We literally had a couple of suitcases, clothes and other items in the house, and every other possession we owned was in this truck. Brand new bedding that we bought in England, special duvets. The best things, the things we'd never owned in our life before. We bought the best quality duvets, all gone. Ashes of our dogs, photographs of our relatives, photographs of all sorts of manner and things. So we want it gone. And I actually think it's taken us this long to do it, because I don't think we could face it before. It was 3 years ago, and it's still a bit upsetting to do this. It's clearly upsetting Molly, bless her. But on a positive note, Molly, we're going to be able to clean our farm up, so give it a woohoo. Yeah.
So sometimes, guys, that's why we're not full of beans. It's just, again, it's coming back to hurt us all again. Yeah. I know, darling. Well, look, I'll do this, sweetheart. You, yeah, molten aluminium. Look at that, sheets of molten aluminium. And the eucalyptus growing around this tree weren't here. It was nowhere near as thick as that. You might remember, some of you that were listening last week, about me saying how it sprouts up lots of little stuff. Look at that, it's just a complete dense bunch of eucalyptus which were never there. The truck was here and the eucalyptus were about 20 metres back. So this wasn't surrounded by trees or grass or anything else. And the heat set it alight and melted it. I mean, it was a big removals lorry. And so this will be another job for the Bluetti. I'll bring that over here and I'll chop up, not all of it. I'm going to chop it into sort of reasonable sections that we can actually get in the back of our truck. And then I'll take it to the scrapyard. Come on, Mole, don't bother with that. I'm going to scoop it all up. Molly's had to leave. She's in a bit of a state. She's pretty upset, to be honest.
That's my dad's warm up.
Yeah. Sandra's getting upset. I'm open to offers. Recently serviced engine. She should be a good runner. Melted the engine.
We've just found one of our brand new duvets we bought.
Duvet or a pillow, isn't it?
Look at that. No, that's a duvet.
Brand new feather ones. It's incredible how something survived in all of that, isn't it? When every other item, that's got to be the only thing. Don't know what it is. Oh, there's a laptop. I'm getting a bit of flickering on my screen.
Oh, that was a television.
Oh, yeah,
That was my TV, it was pink.
That was Molly's
Molly.
telly.
Weird, some stuff survived, some hasn't. Melted glass bottles. Oh Molly, look at that.
Yeah, and the second I put tea in it, it's going to
No. No, there's a whole mug. I'll drink it.
shattered already down the side.
Where? Well, you can keep it as a pen pot. Maybe it's best we stop looking through this lot.
Maybe it's better we end this
yeah.
video now, folks.
Well, this part of the video anyway. It's getting to the end of the day, and I think after this we're all feeling a little bit, yeah.
As you can see, this week's video was a bit difficult for all of us, but we really do appreciate if you've hung around to the end.
Yeah.
So
smashing the truck up was quite enjoyable though.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't the truck's fault, it was just looking at it all the time.
Yeah.
It was nice to get it gone. So we haven't quite taken that to the scrapyard yet. We'll hopefully you'll see the end of that in next week's video when I start chopping up the chassis and the cabin. So we'll see these guys next week,
Next
eh?
week.
See you
So
next week.
thanks for watching.
thank you.
Bye.